Hello everyone, my name is Ashley and happy to be here today, and I'm part of this group, and together we are working on comparing two of the biggest technology companies in the world, Microsoft and Apple. Microsoft is one American multinational company founded by Bill Gates, Paul Allen in 1925. It's best known for its Windows operating system, Microsoft Office Suite, and cloud service like Azure. And Apple, on the other hand, was founded by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne in 1926. It is famous for its innovative products like the Apple, iPad, Mac computers, and its strong brand identity. Apple focuses a lot on design and user experience, which has made it one of the most valuable companies in the world. When we talk about whether Apple is a formal or informal company, we can say that Apple has a mix of both in some ways. It is formal because it has high standards, clear goals, and a strong control over its products and brand image. The company expects quality and professionalism from its employees. However, the workplace environment at Apple is often considered informal. Employees usually wear casual clothes, and there is a culture of creative and collaboration. People work in open spaces, and they are encouraged to share ideas freely. So while the company is formal in its structure and business strategy, the day-to-day work environment feels more relaxed and informal.
In this slide, I'll be taking you through Microsoft Workplace, formal or informal. Microsoft Workplace lenses more towards informal, especially since Satya Nadella becomes CEO. The company promotes a culture of openness, flexibility, and collaboration rather than the rigid hierarchy and strict rules. Employees enjoy casual, casual dress, flexible schedules, and the freedom to share ideas across teams and levels. This informality helps break down barriers between leadership and staff, encouraging honest feedback and innovation. Still, it's not entirely laid back. Formal system for performance and accountability ensures focus and results. So Microsoft strikes a smart balance between informal and vibe, but structure where it matters the most.
Hi, my name is Julio Vargas, and I'm going to talk about how is the staff organized at Apple. At Apple, the staff are usually divided into small, highly focused teams that works on a specific task without fully knowing the bigger picture. Each group functions almost like a mini company, completing its piece independently to protect the secrecy and integrity of the project. This setup helps Apple maintain tight internal control, which is a major part of its culture. You can even see it in the office design. While there are some open spaces, there are also a lot of closed-off rooms and quiet zones made for deep individual work. Managers play a big role in guiding the teams, since they are usually the ones who understand the full vision. And there is a clear distinction between executives and regular staff. Executives often work in private offices with limited access, which really shows how the company reinforces its hierarchy and control through both space and culture.
Hello, this is Valentina Montes, and I'm going to talk about how is the staff organized in Microsoft. So Microsoft takes a different approach. Since Satya Nadella assumed leadership, the company's internal environment has shifted toward openness and collaboration. Staff are organized in cross-functional teams that promote interaction between employees. Also, the workspace is open with shared tables and casual meeting areas that encourage spontaneous ideas. The managers are not isolated in private offices, and this accessibility makes individuals feel empowered, and it makes them feel motivated to work in this company. So now we can see the big difference between Apple and Microsoft. Apple is stick to more formal organization, the power is centralized, and teams are carefully managed. But Microsoft works more like a one big connected team, and both ways can work, but definitely they send different messages to their employees about how much freedom they have.
Hi everyone, this is Julio Vargas again. I'm gonna talk about power or status differences at Microsoft. At Microsoft, the company really makes an effort to reduce visible power gaps in the workplace. The offices are open, and it is totally normal to see managers and even executives sitting right next to their teams. There aren't exclusive areas or special offices that only certain people can access. Instead, leaders are acting more like collaborators than bosses. Employees are encouraged to share ideas without going through long chains of approval, which makes teamwork faster and more natural. The whole layout with open seatings, shared tables, and lounges is built to support that kind of spontaneous interaction. It is not just about style, it is a reflection of Microsoft's culture of inclusion and open communication. This environment creates a real sense of equality, no matter your title, and people feel more confident to speak up and contribute. Compared to Apple, more structured, top-down model, Microsoft takes a much flatter approach. Power is still theirs, of course, but it is less visible and more evenly shared. That really shapes how ideas flow across the company. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Emmanuel. Today I'm giving a quick overview of power of status different at Apple. Apple is known for innovative structures reflect the strongest powers different shaped by role, rank, and expertise. Thank you.
This is Valentina Montes, and I'm going to talk about Apple values. So, Apple doesn't just focus on creating innovative products, it also stands by strong values. First, the company makes its technology accessible for everyone. Second, they support education to create equal opportunities. Third, they are committed with the environment. Actually, they have a goal to reach net zero carbon emissions by 2030. 4. It also values inclusion and diversity. And 5. Supports racial equity, which means that individuals from all backgrounds feel represented and respected. 6. Protects user privacy. Actually, they feel that this is a fundamental right. And finally, Apple ensures that workers in its supply chain are safe. Not every supply chain are safe. Not every company has the courage to bring these issues to the forefront. We all know these topics are not easy to talk. So Apple make a difference in the world.
At Microsoft, values drive everything from innovation to impact. The company leads with integrity and harnesses to build trust through ethical behavior and transparency. Innovation is the core, inspired employees to create technology that shapes the future. Microsoft fosters diversity and inclusion, ensure everyone feels respected and valued. Their customers' obsession means put people first, understand needs, and deliver real solutions. They are also deeply committed to sustainability. The carbon negative by 2030 mindset defines their culture, embracing learning, adaptability, and continuous improvement. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hannan Hussain Siddiqui. Today I'd like to explain how Apple's physical environment supports teamwork and collaboration. Apple's workspace, especially its iconic headquarters, Apple Park in Cupertino, is carefully designed to encourage collaboration but in a very intentional and balanced way. It's not just about throwing everyone into open spaces. Apple combines openness with the privacy to ensure people can collaborate when needed, but also focus deeply when required. The ring building in the Apple's Park Central structure has continuously hallways and the open plan areas that naturally bring people into the contact. The employees run into each other throughout the day in the lounges, cafes, and the open meeting spots. These interactions promote informal and the formal collaboration without being forced or disruptive. Glass walls add to this openness, creative transparency literally and culturally. While still preserving individual workspace zones, Apple also introduced the quiet rooms, and the private areas to support focused, which is just important as a teamwork. Outdoor workspaces are another big part of the Apple's design and the interior. Apple campus includes green spaces, walking trails, and the outdoor meeting areas that allow relaxed, creative exchanges to happen. The happy and the natural environment. In short, Apple physical environment just support teamwork. It shapes.
In this slide, I'll be taking you through if Microsoft physical environment supports teamwork. Yes, Microsoft physical environment is designed specifically to support teamwork and collaboration. Their offices features open layout, flexible workspace, casual meeting zones, and shared areas where team from different departments can connect easily. They've also added lounges, cafes, and tools like digital whiteboards to encourage spontaneous ideas and creative thinking. This thoughtful design fosters natural interaction and helps employees work together more freely, reflecting Microsoft's core values of openness, innovation, and collaboration. That's all from my end.